Adam Lawrence is Chief Executive of the Royal Mint and joins me now. So Adam, why do you say this is the most secure coin in the world?
Well, it's got more security features than we've ever put on a coin in a combination. So what you'll immediately notice from a public perspective is there's 12 sides, there's the latent image on the obverse side, there's the mills, there's the two materials, and then there's loads of other features that the cash industry we're looking for, like weights and diameters and measurements. And then there's some special security features that just us and the law enforcement agencies will know about if we ever need to get to that stage.
I mean, the interesting thing, feeling it, I mean, when you first published the sort of spec of it, a lot of people comparing it with the old threepenny bit, but it doesn't feel as harsh as that. It's more rounded edges than that.
Yeah, so it sort of takes its design from the old threepenny bit, but one of the things that came out of the consultation that we did was to making it smoother so it can roll in vending mechanisms. So I suppose if you go back many years ago, there wasn't as many vending machines and parking meters and that, so this needs to be able to roll in all sorts of environments.
What about the Queen? Has she expressed an opinion on it? I mean, it's her picture on the back of it, of course.
Well, we don't get an opinion, but she has approved it, so I'm sure she loves it.
Right. I think you'd know if she didn't, wouldn't you?
I think we might, yeah.
What about the old pound coins then? I mean, there was a big issue with counterfeiting. Is that why they've had to go, essentially?
Yeah, I mean, the primary reason for the new introduction of new coin is, the current £1 coin is 34 years old, as you said in your introduction. Minting technology's moved on a long way. They're just becoming more and more susceptible to counterfeiting, and the quality of the counterfeits was very, very good. So we needed to introduce something fit for the 21st century, which is what we've done here with the most secure coin in the world.
And the old pound coins are being phased out from October the 15th. So from that date on, any retailer, they're under no obligation to accept them.
That's correct, and if people do happen to have them after October the 15th, take them back to the bank. I'm sure they'll be able to exchange them. But what I would encourage people to do is spend them, get them back as quickly as possible, because we can recycle them. And that's a really important thing. Let's make this environmentally friendly as well.
So you're going to melt them down, and what happens then? They get turned into the new coins?
Turned into the new ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What about, I mean, you mentioned the vending machines and so forth. I mean, there have been a few grumbles from some of the train operating companies that some of their ticket machines won't take the new machines. I mean, has this rollout gone according to plan?
I think it's gone fantastic, actually. I mean, we never expected to get 100% coverage on day one. And there's a logical reason for that, too, because some of the mechanisms aren't capable of handling the extra coin. So they need to choose the new one versus the old one. So some people always planned to wait till we get a crossover point where there's more than 50% in circulation and then switch off the old one, put the new one in. The fact that we've got 85 to 90% coverage around the UK, I think, is outstanding. And I think the industry has stood behind this program from day one and said, we know why we need to do it, and we're right behind it. And I think they've really acted, they've played their part. And in terms of the phase out of the old coins, is October is that too soon, really? A lot of people have these old coins stashed all over the place. Again, the industry, one of the things the industry wanted was as short as co-circulation time as possible, because they have to handle the coins independently because they're different weights and different sizes. So it's really important for the economy that we get them back as quickly as possible. We reprocess them, we reuse them, and we get the new one in there as quickly, really quickly. And in terms of people using cash, I mean, I was reading a report today that said by 2025, cash will only account for about a quarter of all transactions. Is this likely to be the last ever pound coin produced? Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I mean, I think the death of cash has long been predicted, but I don't see it easing off anytime soon. There's lots of predictions about 2025 or whatever it is. I think it's a long way beyond that. And briefly, it is a very pretty coin, this, and as you say, the most secure of its kind in the world. You make coins for all over the rest of the world. Have you got other people beating your path to your door now saying, come on, we want something similar? We do, actually, yeah. It's a really interesting dilemma, because this is great technology, again, developed in the UK, and we can sell it all over the world. So we'll be exporting this new technology everywhere. Nice to have a nice export story on which to finish. Adam Lawrence, thanks for joining me.